Well, it's hot and steamy here. Northern Wisconsin is having to deal with severe thunderstorms. Let's start off there. Here's the way it looks on northwest Wisconsin. Look at all those storms. A lot of lightning associated with them. They've had gusty winds. There have been reports of funnel clouds and large hail, too. Meanwhile, here in the south, it's quiet. That's the way it'll stay through the evening hours before it possibly turns active later on tonight. But in terms of what we have going on, it's a heat advisory for south central and southwest Wisconsin until 8 p.m. This is a severe thunderstorm watch in pink that includes central and northern Wisconsin. There are severe thunderstorm warnings, even some tornado warnings currently in effect between Ashland and Ladysmith. Current temperatures look like this, and we're up around 90 degrees, as hot as 93 in La Crosse, also Camp Douglas. But of course, it's all about the heat index. This is what it feels like out there. 102 degrees currently in Janesville, also Lone Rock, Camp Douglas, La Crosse at 102 degrees right now. And the entire nation's midsection is feeling the heat, as much of the country, as was just told you a little bit earlier. But that heat index above 100 degrees and across most of the nation's midsection, there's relief in sight as you get near the U.S.-Canadian border. And that's the relief that's eventually going to head our way. Good news there. There's that cluster of strong storms in northwest Wisconsin, and that's where the risk of severe weather will remain. Highest across the central and northern part of the state, slight risk into central Wisconsin. But tomorrow that risk shifts southward as a cool front heads our way. We're under a slight risk of severe thunderstorms, with the main risk, I think, being large hail for most of our viewing area. So here's what's happening. There's the thunderstorms that currently reside in northern Wisconsin. We could see some scattered storms rumble through later on tonight. Here comes the cool front boundary. Dry, I think, through much of the day, but then between 6 p.m. and midnight, the cool front comes through along with a low pressure system that could very well generate some strong to severe thunderstorm activity. But once the front pushes to the south, here's the way it shapes up for Saturday. High pressure moving in, seasonally warm weather, lower humidity. It's going to be very comfortable, and we'll have delightful weather continue on Sunday with high temperatures near the 80-degree mark both Saturday and Sunday. But here's a look at southern Wisconsin, and it does show that we'll be cooling off, not a lot, just in the upper 60s. In the early morning, we could have some scattered thunderstorms rumbling through the area, but through much of the day on Friday, it looks quiet with very warm temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s with a higher heat index. And then as we go into Saturday, that's when we could see some scattered storms early in the day, but most of Saturday is looking dry. Heat index on Friday afternoon in the 90s, but it will be cooling off significantly into the 80s on Saturday. So just hang in there. Relief's in sight. Partly cloudy skies tonight. Some scattered thunderstorms are possible late, low near 72. And these storms that occur could have some heavy rainfall with them. Forecast for tomorrow, hot and humid with scattered thunderstorms likely, especially in the late afternoon and evening going into the early morning of tomorrow night. A high temperature of 91, wind southeast at 5 to 10. After that, a great weekend in store. Seasonal warmth, lower humidity, comfortable to say the least with highs in low 80s, plenty of sunshine. We'll see mainly quiet conditions next week, just slight thunderstorm chances Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Temperatures are going to start to warm back up. Looks like we'll be back in the upper 80s by later next week. But yeah, at least for the weekend, that's something to look forward to.
Relief is in sight.
It is.
Hold on.